Please listen to this carefully.
How can an offense that carry death penalty, a judge reduce it to 20 years in prison? That is not acceptable. He has violated the laws passed by the parliament. Number three, sir, and this will be the last.
Has that happened in Nigeria already?
It has. Somebody convicted of terrorism was sentenced to 20 years in prison. When the law says act of terrorism, if convicted, shall attract death penalty, no judge has a right to pronounce less than that. It is only when you have implemented the law, interpret the law, not the sentiment of a judge, the will of the people as conveyed in a law.
You see, this is what we are talking about. You see, when Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced to life imprisonment, it's not like we're in support of what Nnamdi Kanu did, but what we are saying is what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Now, when Donald Trump talked about the insecurity in Nigeria, all of a sudden the TSS brought out one terrorist group leader, and then was convicted. In fact, Nigerians didn't even know about this. They just secretly took him to court, and he was jailed 15 years or 20 years or thereabout for a crime he committed in 2012, where scores of people were killed. He bombed police stations in Kanu and different parts of Nigeria. People were killed as a result of those terrorist activities. Now, all of a sudden, he was given 20 years imprisonment. That means he will spend less than 12 or 13 years in prison, and then he will be out in public. Now, this lopsided treatment is what gave rise to Nnamdi Kanu's agitation in the first place. These issues have not been addressed. Because Nigeria is supposed to be an egalitarian society where every right is protected. So if somebody gets the treatment given out for people who have committed offenses should not differ. People from certain sections of the country should not get certain kind of treatment, while people from other sections of the country get certain kind of treatment. This is happening in Nigeria. Even the Senate president is not even aware. Now, this is what Nigeria has now been reduced to. How can you give the punishment for acts of terrorism if convicted is life imprisonment or death penalty? But Nnamdi Kanu got life imprisonment. Meanwhile, people who committed actual terrorism get life slap on the wrist, 20 years imprisonment. These are the injustices. This is what Nigeria has now produced. This is why Nnamdi Kanu was fighting in the first place. So, with this perceived level of injustice or lopsided treatment, how are we sure this issue about another Nnamdi Kanu will not arise one day in Nigeria? Because all of these things are continuing. Why some terrorists get amnesty and bandits get peace deal and all of that, some others are sentenced to life imprisonment, and some just get a slap on the rib, 20 years imprisonment. These issues have to be addressed. Because when we just give cosmetic implementation to policies and laws in the country, it makes the country sit on the keg of gunpowder, because one day there will be an explosion, because we have not heard the last of the likes of Nnamdi Kanu to come out of Nigeria. God bless Nigeria.